So I have quite a big issue with this brand at the moment, right? I have done past reviews on Il Makiage twice. One time I didn't have a best experience. The second time I really liked the foundation. So for those of you who don't know, they're probably more known for their like foundation shade matching test, right? So the idea is that this foundation, the shade is going to fit you perfectly because you take one of their quizzes on their website. So it's a complexion product. So they sell foundation, primer, concealer. I believe they also do other products, also like blush, I want to say. And they also do a foundation powder. But that's not included in like the quiz where you match yourself to a foundation. And I'm gonna start off by saying this, I liked the foundation, I liked the concealer. This isn't an issue with the quality of their product, it's more how they go about selling this product. Now, if you are on Twitter or X, as absolutely no one calls it, and you're kind of like into the makeup space, you may have seen countless, and I mean countless ads for Il Makiage. They put them up like it's every other ad for me. This lash is not sticking. Why do you hate me? My issue with advertisements, right? If you're gonna sell a product that claims to do something to the complexion of someone's skin, the texture of someone's skin, then you better have a good, clear, unfiltered, unblurred, unmessed with footage to back that up. It's as simple as sitting in front of a window with natural daylight and filming. It's that easy. Upload quality can be an issue. A lot of the time platforms will decrease the, the upload quality, and your footage can look slightly blurry. That's why a lot of the time you may look at some people's footage and be like, they're using a filter, when actually it's just a poor quality upload. This happened to me recently. I changed the way that I upload stuff. So I was working off my phone and then uploading it to Instagram and saving in 4K. This is for Reels, like short form content and TikTok. And the quality just wasn't working. Then I changed to editing short form content on my computer, saving it at a lower quality, but still with all the detail. But that way it was a quality that Instagram, TikTok can actually handle. And then you can see things like pores and stuff like that. If I was selling a foundation to you, and I was making money from it and I was profiting from it, you bet it's gonna be the clearest, there will be detail, no blur, no poor quality, no poor upload quality. In my mind, if you are an influencer and it's your full-time job, meaning you make good money from it, if you are a brand who sells products where they make money from it, invest in yourself, invest in a camera. I have 2 cameras. Influencing is my full-time job, right? So I have my YouTube camera here. If I look this way, that is my TikTok and short form content. So Reels and everything like that. They are both good quality cameras. Why? Because it's my full-time job. I get paid through making content. Why would I not want my content to be the best quality it could be? You know what I mean? And yeah, there's some struggles along the way and there's some learning curves, but I just want you to watch some of these adverts from Il Makiage because they are very disappointing. I actually retweeted one of them. I was like, why do you keep doing this? This is the one that gets me a lot. Just from straight up, you can see the left where she has no makeup, where she has incredible skin, let's say, beautiful glow to it, looks amazingly smooth. And then on the right, it's like we've shoved Vaseline over the lens. Her nose is barely visible.
It's flawless and lightweight, and yet it covers everything. Wow, that is so beautiful. I took the Power Match quiz and they matched me to shade 075, and look at this. It is so gorgeous, so smooth, like velvet, covers everything.
Oh my God, this lash.
And yet it feels light as air. Feels light as air and is so beautiful, so smooth, so natural, and yet it covers everything that you don't want to be seen. Love that. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? Flawless. It's absolutely flawless.
Okay, let me just pause that there. You can't even see some of the strokes because it is so smoothed out. I don't know whether perhaps this individual uploaded a bad quality off this, and then Il Makiage have kind of taken that file and it's got worse and worse and worse and worse. But I wouldn't look at this and think it's a fair representation of what their foundation does. What she's saying, absolutely. Again, I think it's a beautiful foundation, but what we're seeing, we can't see anything. Like literally here, you can just see the join where the foundation joins in with the skin. And that's not just because it is a perfect color match. You should be able to see the difference in texture also. Oh, this lash is gonna do my head in. I'm so sorry.
It's amazing because it covers everything and it looks like nothing. That's exactly what you want your base to do. And it has this incredible corrective powder in it that sort of blurs pores and covers textures. So I love that this base has skin-loving ingredients. Hyaluronic acid.
Okay, I think this may have been an ad on her end because it's not very often you say something like skin-loving ingredients, powders that do this. Like you might touch on one or two ingredients, but I think there's been a brief here. The main thing I want to take from this advert is, in particular, and this is one that was reposted, that Il Makiage posted onto Twitter, right? From their own profile. Something like you can watch this individual's forehead and see that she does have some fine lines on the forehead, but you can see them fade in and fade out as she moves her head. Now, if I do this and you see my creases under my eyes, they're not fading in and out when I move because I have no bad quality upload. Or it hurt my face. You know what I mean? You can see the texture always. When I face this way, you can still see. When I face this way, it's still very prevalent. When I face this way, you can see. When I face this way, it's still very prevalent. But sometimes on poor quality uploads, once that gets reposted, it kind of starts to lose its quality and you get this almost blur. Sometimes filters are like not as obvious as you would think, right? They do look blurry, but they choose the areas where they blur. So a lot of times the lips won't be blurry, the eyes won't be blurry, but we can see on this individual that even she loses some of the texture on her lips. So this is just an upload. The quality of the content has got worse and worse and worse and worse. Maybe as someone has passed this video to someone else by WhatsApp or on an email. If I was on the like advertising team of Il Makiage and I watched this, I would say that's not good enough. It's not good enough for an advert, right? It's not a true representation. Now, they actually also did an advert with Carlson Kressley. Let's watch this one too.
Il Makiage. My biggest goal is to cover up these brown sunspots I have. I don't want to look like I have makeup on. How great of a color match is that? But look how light that looks. I mean, right through here. I think I found my new favorite product.
So looking at this, looking at the details, always watch for fine lines on the forehead, everything like that. We can't see any texture. This foundation, I have tried it twice, does not smooth out texture completely. It's a nice foundation, but it's not blurry like this. You will not look at someone's skin in real life, look at this and be like, yeah, that their skin looks like that in real life. Absolutely not.
Il Makiage.
Wow, that is so beautiful. I took the Power Match quiz.
Could you see how that version of the previous version we saw was a better quality? That we saw more details, more depth to the video.
Wow. Okay, artificial intelligence, shade matching, magic.
You get the full-size product, you try it. If you don't like it, you can just send it back.
Can you see how this is immediately smoothing out my fine lines?
It doesn't. Some of these claims and some of the visual claims are just outrageous, absolutely outrageous. There's also this one where they use the foundation on a lemon. Whenever you see somebody putting makeup on fruit, dismiss it immediately. A mirror, fruit, a table, dismiss it. It's not human skin. It doesn't work like that.
If your foundation emphasizes texture, this skin smoothing foundation covers everything.
It just feels like a second layer of skin. I'm blown away. Why does it look like I'm not wearing any foundation?
Again, watch out for blemishes like on the chin here where there isn't foundation yet. Slowly like fading in and out very slightly. If it's gonna fade out a blemish or fine line that is quite obvious, imagine when it's flat and all one texture, what it would do.
At all. What? This foundation contains hyaluronic acid and vitamin E oil, so that's gonna help with hydrating the skin.
Wow, look at this. This feels so natural and so
Okay, this is a good test because watch her beauty marks on her forehead. Watch them very slightly fade in and out of focus.
this
So they're
feels
quite visible. That one
natural and
disappears.
so lightweight.
Gone.
And it does not feel cakey at all.
Oh, wow.
And that's quality upload. So she may have sent a very good high quality one to Il Makiage. Or even if it's filmed on your phone, it actually does this as well. That's why I always say, I just think if you are doing it full time, if you are being compensated and you have saved enough money to get yourself a good camera, a good lighting setup, do it. Not even good, you don't even need a good lighting setup.
It covered my age spot, and the finish is beautiful, and it's not setting in my fine lines.
I took the Power Match quiz to find my foundation. This is my skin in a bowl.
No more redness, no more dark spots, just my skin, but better.
You are able to try this foundation, a full-size bottle. It's gonna make your life a whole lot easier.
Can you see how this is immediately smoothing out my fine lines?
It feels like I have nothing on my face.
So my point being here is, so when you do something with a brand, right, an advert or something like that, and they're paying you for it, here's the setup. They approach you, you're like, yeah, I'll like your product, let's do it. Well, I'll try it and then see if I like it, and then we can, you know, collaborate together, whatever. You then get given a brief, right? And then you have to create the content. You then send it to the company, the brand, they look it over and like, yeah, this is good, or change this. We like it, just change this to this. And then you do a second copy, a second version, they watch it, and then it's approved. So everything that you see a brand post or an ad, every ad you see for a brand, remember the brand also had to approve it, possibly more than once, right? So they have seen these not great quality uploads being if this was a lipstick brand, I wouldn't care so much if it was like looking at color, but it's when it's foundation and they're making claims like it's completely smoothed my fine lines, which by the way, it doesn't. It's done this, it's done this. Can we see it clear? Can we see it without it looking like it was filmed on my first Nokia phone? You had to approve it. You had to approve this quality. So what's happened? What's happened to the quality? You need to be more mindful of it, right? Let's talk a little bit about the quiz as well, which is something I didn't realize. When I took the quiz, I just took it and I was like, you know, this is quite good. It's done quite well until I watched a video by Soph Does Life. So Soph did a video where she on Il Makiage, and she brought up the fact that you do this whole quiz, right? They sell one foundation. The quiz is great to find your color, but I took the quiz. So I took the quiz for dry skin, acting like I had dry skin, and then I took the quiz acting like I had oily skin. So it asks you your skin type, so I chose dry for this one. And then it asks you what kind of coverage you want. Bear in mind they sell one foundation, I chose light. Then I said, you know, luminous. I want a luminous glow. I chose the opposites to kind of everything I want usually in real life. Then I just went ahead and chose some shades that would probably more than likely come out to like the shade match I wanted. You know what I mean? Didn't really take this a bit seriously because whatever. In terms of undertone, I chose pink and red, and then they asked some quite, you know, good questions like, does your skin get lighter or darker at this time of year? So they do ask some decent questions that actually would affect the kind of foundation you use and the shade you use also. They also ask a lot about your skincare concerns, which I don't really think is necessary, again, considering they sell one foundation. So it finds your match, you have to put in your email, which is understandable so we can send it to you, whatever. And then it gives you your shade, right? Which I think this would actually be a kind of a good shade match for me. I actually can't even remember the ones I used before, but it also gives you the opportunity to get the concealer with the foundation also, and it gives you a shade there, and it also offers you the primer. They also only make one primer and one concealer type. So do bear in mind, this was the results for the dry skin. So they asked me all types of questions about my skin type. Next I did oily, right? I have oily skin, full coverage, I want matte opposite to luminous, and then they go through the whole, you know, matching your shade to you again and choosing the pictures. I also then chose some different concerns, so like grease and oil I think I chose, and enlarged pores and things that a lot of oily people would find prevalent on their skin. So then I have a different shade, the same foundation, and also they offer the concealer and foundation duo and the primer. My question would be, why are you wasting my time? asking me questions about my skin type, what finish I want, all this kind of stuff, when you only sell one foundation? I can understand if you were ad selling your primer and your concealer, but you also only make one of those. So when I choose one end of the spectrum compared to the other, what's the point? Because you're going to recommend the same product to me. Why not just make it about the shade? Because it kind of gives me this false, like, yeah, we're making it really custom, but you only sell one foundation. The shade is the thing that's custom, and that's fine. But why are we going that kind of like extra and being like, yeah, you know, tell us your skin type, what you like to see, what your skin concerns, you know? Doesn't fucking matter because you sell one foundation. So you're telling me this foundation is going to be great on my dry, flaky, textured skin, and I want a light coverage with a luminous finish. But it's also going to be incredible for my matte, greasy and oily, porous skin where I want a super full coverage. Coverage is fine, you can build it, I understand that, it's buildable. Anyone from Il Makiage is watching this, the ads are unbearable. It's constant, it's all the time, people are like, you can't see the skin, you can't see the face. Are you not taking notice of how people are reacting to your adverts? It's a nice foundation. It's a good premise for a foundation. It's been proven, people like it, people use it all the time. And they do a really good like returns policy as well with it. But why are we doing this? You could set up a day in a studio, not even in the studio, have a white wall and put a chair in front of it and a ring light with a good quality camera, a small Canon camera that you can expense it on the company, you can use it for all your social media things and have a good quality, good vision of skin, you know what I mean? But we don't. We have these really terrible, terrible uploads. I think they are awful. They literally look like they look like someone's joking. It looks like a joke. It looks like those old, you know, Facebook back in the early days when people would filter their faces so much that you could hardly see their nose. It looks like that. What's going on? If you are selling, and I don't know how many times I'm gonna have to say this, complexion products that promises results, that promises a particular result, show us clearly and properly. This is blurred shit. It is blurry, it is terrible. You are telling me, well, let's look at this picture again, that this picture on the right is a true representation of any human skin, no matter what product they are wearing. Incorrect. It is not at all. There is nobody, if you saw somebody walking around with skin that blurred, think about not on social media. We are so used to seeing blurred, low quality skin, not low quality skin as in skin, but in terms of the video on social media, that we're like, yeah, there's no filter, there's no blur. If you saw someone with skin like that in real life, you'll be like, what the fuck is wrong with your face? Why can't I see anything? You would think you were having some kind of eye seizure. That's a joke. That's an absolute joke. Even around her hairline's blurred. It's insane. I mean, and look, you know, look at the neck as well. It's okay to see products on real fucking skin. People would appreciate it, actually. If I saw someone with skin like that in real life, I would think that my eyes were milking over and I was going blind. Like, if that's insane. And then you've got Carson Kressley looking like this, and then he applies a foundation and his face looks like this. It's not the foundation. If something is flat on camera and the quality upload is awful, even actually in good lights, if something is flat, it looks immediately blurred. We've been through this so many times on this channel. It's not a case of a foundation doing its job. It's the case of, oh my God, that's really terrible advertising. It's blurry as fuck and not genuine. Why? It baffles me how people look at that and they're like, oh yeah, that looks like it could possibly be what it is. No, absolutely not. It's not. Okay, all right. That's just a rant from me. Let me know your opinions down below. Have you ever tried this product? Did it blur your face to a point where it looked like a Facebook blur filter from the early 2000s? Let me know. Do consider subscribing, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you very, very soon. Bye.